Oh, you're being ridiculous. He's a professional football player.
No, look, I'm not talking about killing the guy. I'm just talking about going up there with a group of dudes and intimidate him. Maybe break his arm.
You can't break Tom Brady's arm.
Oh, yes, I can. No more Super Bowls for that pretty boy.
Listen.
Robert better not get in my face, because I'll drop that mother.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
Bomberowski to the near side.
What are you, a fucking lunatic? You and your mama are hillbillies. This is a house of learned doctors.
I respect him as a coach, but I'll be damned if I allow someone to,
But I'm gonna kick you repeatedly in the balls.
You got long balls, man. Long balls. You got long-ass balls.
You can't pick off.
You know exactly what you've done, sir.
That's bullshit. I'll say it again. It's bullshit.
Nah, I'm just pissed off.
Let me tell you something with absolute honesty and concern for your well-being. Tom Brady would kick your ass.
You know, I was rude and inappropriate, and I just want to say I apologize.
I'm sorry that anybody could be offended by something that we were just having fun with, and I enjoyed it, and we're going to continue to do it.
And welcome to the Ricky Williams Trilogy. I am your host, Duke Thompson, and we're going to crown them if we want to, the division winners, the Patriots. My good friend, the biggest Patriot in the world, the Moose. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great.
And I got the biggest Chief fan right here, be Eazy Durnell. Chiefs take care of business. How do you feel?
Yeah, we did take care of business, but I also want to say that I did not give consent to whatever that music selection was there, because that sounded like we were starting off a 70s porno. I don't know what we're doing here. I thought we were here to discuss sports, man.
Well, we were just talking about Gardner Minshew, and he looks like a 70s porn actor.
I don't know if he looks like that, but
a little bit. That mustache says "Get in my van."
I don't know if it's for porn. I mean, it might be because he has a stash of candy. But either way, man, that was some inappropriate music to start us off with. But I'm happy because, you know what? We're all happy. This might be the only week of this, but we all are undefeated. All of our teams were victorious. Chiefs 1-0, Titans 1-0, and, of course, the damn Patriots are 1-0. I mean,
they made the Steelers look like a JV team almost. I was a little surprised by that. I thought the Steelers had more fight in them than that.
I mean, I'm not truly that surprised, even though I did pick the Steelers to win. It was kind of one of those long shot picks because I really didn't truly think that the Steelers could win it. I just thought that they could possibly catch the Patriots off guard with them like celebrating the fact that they're getting Antonio Brown and celebrating that they just won a Super Bowl. But you know what? They weren't in celebration mode at all. They were already ready for this season and storming the gates as if they need to take yet another championship. Why? It ain't like Tom Brady don't have enough, damn it. But either way, Patriots started off on a very good note, and they just slaughtered the Steelers, who looks like that the team is in disarray. They don't look like they know how to even move the ball down the field at all. And the defense really wasn't there either. People are asking for Tomlin's head. I mean, it's going to be hard to get him out of there. But, you know, the team hasn't been good for quite a while.
That's true, man. And we'll get not Super Bowl good.
True. I mean, I think the thing that threw him off, and I'll give my 30-second take just because it's my team. I think the thing that threw the Steelers off the most was the running game. We were just coming up with different schemes and different shit to run. We went 25 plays without a tight end set. Last year, we went only 24 the entire year. So obviously, we've changed our offense around a little bit. We have some options on running back and wide receiver that is still just great. That touchdown by Josh Gordon was literal sex. And Dorsett had the first 2 touchdown game of his career. So it was a good night. It was the defense looked stout. Running back, fucking Rex Burkhead looked like Adrian Peterson, dude. So, yeah, the Steelers suck.
Well, let's just go ahead. let's just go ahead and get it out of the way, man. National media guys talking about AB, Antonio Brown.
Oh, wow. You didn't even segue that nicely.
I'm just, look,
you
man.
Moose agrees with
me on this is that it's just every day is the same.
No, but you could have brought us in better. You could have been
like, how? Like, you want me to make like a.
Like the Steelers, the team that used to have Antonio Brown, against the team that is supposed to now have Antonio Brown. But will they? See, that's how you set it up.
I know. I'm just.
What are we, Espen over here? You should have just came in with supposed rape. That's what you should have came in with.
Wow.
I didn't want to use the R word, man. I didn't want to use the R word.
I know, man. That's HR, man. HR needs to get on you for that news.
I just want to say allegations because
allegations of assault of the sexual nature
and rape.
And I haven't read the email yet. Moose obviously has. John, have you?
I haven't read the email yet.
No, I haven't read what he sent to her, but I have read a lot of the allegations. And I'll just say right now, if someone snuck up and ejaculated on my back while I was watching television, I will be upset too. So, I mean, if these allegations are true, I mean, this lady deserves the money or whatever else, needs to be coming her way. And he needs to probably be put on the NFL exempt list or whatever. Because the NFL needs to protect their image, and people running around shooting loads on people is not good for the image.
So you're right, and here's my take. Because I'm not going to believe either side until every fact comes out, and also I'm not a detective, I'm not a judge or a jury. Obviously, there's not going to be a jury there because this is a civil lawsuit. This is civil. It is not criminal. There is no police report. There are no charges being filed. This is strictly for money. This woman wants money. Now, with that being said, it could have happened. And if it did, Antonio Brown, NFL exempt list, should not play football again, should not see another dime from a football team, and he should have to pay her serious money. On the other hand, if this is not true, if these allegations are not true, which, to be honest, from everything I've read, it sort of seems like they're not true. Again, I'm not going to believe anything, but the speculation for it not being true, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Every time we hear of a rape, or a sexual assault on Twitter, there's always almost no doubt that the guy did it. But the amount of doubt I've seen from people is almost astonishing. And for one guy like Antonio Brown, I didn't expect this.
Well, I think there's doubt because he's been using social media in a very specific way to create doubt. The image that he puts out there on social media is an image that people are going to believe. There's no way in hell he didn't know that this was rolling down the street at some point in time. All right. So he probably knew that something like this was happening. He has lawyers. They're going to talk to him and be like, hey, homie, we got some stuff coming down the pipeline. So he's been at this point in time putting himself in the media attention for all kinds of stuff. And it seems like he was doing it to try to set up a distraction for this that's about to happen right now. It seems like this has been a long con for Mr. Antonio Brown, and I think he wanted to land with you guys because it would probably be better for him to have the support of the Patriots versus the support of the Raiders.
Right. Now, but you're talking con as in moving teams, not, the sexual assault and rape, right? Or do you think –
No, I'm just saying the long con of – what he's trying to portray out there in social media of who he is so that he is viewed as a different person, like a person that would not have committed such allegations. He's been working on that for a very long time. So for you to say you don't believe it, I don't know if I believe it yes or no because of the way that he's been putting himself out there. It's kind of like, artists, like Madonna and stuff. Everybody thought she was this, dirty slut because of all the stuff that she was doing. But that was just an act, This was to sell records, She wasn't really just sleeping with every man she saw on the street. Right. So, he's been setting something up because he had to know this was going to happen. It's not like, just all of a sudden someone's got a lawsuit against you. You're a millionaire.
He knew about this since 2018.
That's what I'm saying. So he's been doing a real big push on him being the center of attention and to be seen as this certain kind of guy. And he's been working hard at that. And I don't know if it's for better or for worse, but it seems like he's been doing this very specifically recently.
I mean, I'll just say this, and then, Duke, I'll let you talk. I'll let you say your piece, and I'll be done. If this isn't cleared by Sunday, I do not want him on the field for my team. It is not a good look. It wasn't a good look when he was in practice today, but the problem is the NFLPA will be all over the Pats' ass if we don't let him practice or play. I'm telling you, he's going to get a lawsuit out of it, and so will the NFLPA. The union's going to come after the Pats. But me, personally, I would not like to see him on this field this week at all if this is not cleared. I don't want to see him on the field until it's cleared.
I got good Jon from the very beginning. Since he knew about this since 2018, maybe the Steelers knew about it, pulled a long con. I think in the very beginning he didn't want to go to Oakland, but because the Steelers were like, there's no way in hell we're going to send you to the Patriots and improve that team. I think Rosenhaus and him created this. Like Jon said, all this acting this way, portraying himself on social media. After he got signed with the Pats, he tweeted out that picture on Instagram with him with sunglasses, gold chain, Patriot uniform, on a stack of cash saying, making money.
No, it said Patriot Way.
Oh, Patriot Way. Well, in the background, it said making money or some shit on the sign, you know? So he said Patriot Way. I don't really know what to believe because, you know, like I said, it's hard with allegations like this because, I mean, if I was accused of something, I mean, if it was a reasonable doubt, he's a high athlete. But I think, like Jon said, he's been trying to pad his image and create doubt like a smart man would. You know, I mean, this is your public image, and you do portray yourself in a way that social media is. Like, you can get yourself out there and portray yourself any way you can because people feed that into that. So if it is true, like Moose said, I think he should be done with football for at least a year, maybe, whatever the list.
I mean, with what it sounds like, he should probably be done with football. I mean, you can't bring somebody back into your league that has this. Well,
no, I would say it'll be like a Ray Rice thing where he gets off the list, but no team would ever sign him.
Probably so, because I mean, it's not going to be a good image for you to sign him.
Although I'll say this: if it did happen, and there were no police charge, there's no police report. If it did happen and if the league kicks him out, 1, he's going to sue the league. 2, he's going to put Ben Roethlisberger on blast.
Dude,
can you
Big Ben,
that, dude?
And Big Ben did do the allegations, man, and we know Big Ben did pay those women off in a silver suit. And guilty people, to me, do not pay people off. So,
I mean, but you know, nowadays everything is ended in settlements outside of court, though. I mean, the way that court's set up nowadays, man, like nothing's actually taken to court. Everybody tries to settle outside.
Right.
So,
I think the thing that caught my eye immediately about this situation was that his PR team, you know, that marketing team that did that statement that came out, immediately admitted to sexual relations, which in most cases of alleged sexual assault and rape, that's not typical for a defensive side to admit that they had sexual relations. So again, I'm not going to believe anything until the facts come out, and even then, we may not know what happened. I mean, there's plenty of videos of them together. There's plenty of emails, plenty of texts. And apparently somebody has a recording out there of her talking about it. So I don't know. I don't want to believe it until I see it. Either way, it's unfortunate. It's a lose-lose situation for both of these people. And I just want to get back to football.
That's right. Speaking of football, man, it's been week 1. National media guys killed us to death. We really don't know. I'm sure we'll know more next week. But what about the big surprises from week 1, guys? I know it's early in the season. I know. I mean, we got 15 more games to go. I know. It's just early. What's your biggest surprise from week 1, man?
The biggest surprise from week 1?
Yeah. Like, my surprise was Wow, I didn't think a team like the Miami Dolphins are actually going to tank like that.
I don't know why.
At least cover it up a little bit, put a little makeup, like pretend that you're trying, but to get blown out by 5 touchdowns, that was ridiculous.
Well, look, man, there's already been the talks of tank for Tua, which now people are like, I don't know if you should tank for him. You should probably tank for a homie from Clemson, but he didn't look that good either.
That's a year later, though, Johnny boy.
Well, no, I understand, but like the homie from Clemson ain't like wowing me right now either. So, I mean, he ain't lighting up teams that he should be lighting up. So, I'm not sure if we need to be tanking for anybody in these upcoming drafts. But hey, they did look terrible. But another team that looked pretty bad was the Cleveland Browns, and another team that looked even worse is probably going to be the Jets. Because man, how do you lose that game? Like first off, you had the lead all the way till literally the last couple of minutes. I mean, you just let it slip right out of your hands. And it sure as hell wasn't because Allen was looking like fantastic. I mean, he was serviceable. He got the ball down the field-ish. But you're like, come on, dude. Like, there's no reason they should have lost that game.
Same old Jets, dude.
That was my favorite
Jets.
That was my favorite game of the weekend, dude. Just to see the implosion on both sides of the ball is fan-fucking-tastic. The Jets and the Bills and the Dolphins are absolutely the worst 3 teams in the league, and I'm the luckiest man in the world.
It's just absurd now. I mean, like, the fact that the Patriots aren't going to win the division would be like, I mean, they would have to lose nearly everyone on the team. Like, they would have to have –
Now, John, there would have to be a plane accident to where
exactly.
And then I still believe that they could bring the practice squad in there and win the fucking Super Bowl.
Well, the sad part is we definitely could.
Yeah.
I don't know about win the Super Bowl, but they definitely still win the division. They're still going to the playoffs.
They would make a deep run in the playoffs for sure. At least the AFC Championship game with a practice squad.
Right.
Okay?
No, man, because there's
ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, there's no one slowing them down in their division. There's no one at all. And I mean,
it's incredible, man. Going back real quick.
6 wins right there, man. That's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, before they even start, 6-0 right there.
They're just gonna beat the hell out of each other and get CT for no reason. So going back to the Miami Ravens game real quick, 2 things. First thing, Miami's horrible, and speaking about tanking, the players no longer want to be a part of that organization. So apparently a third of their players the next morning reached out to their agents and demanded trades. So that's going to be fun for them to deal with. The second thing that was so surprising to me for the Ravens was that Lamar Jackson was incredible. He was absolutely incredible. Craziest thing about this is that he only ran for 6 yards, which is the lowest in his starter career. So that surprised me a lot. He was hucking the ball, and I know Miami sucks and their coverage was god awful, but
like they were covering I thought they were playing prevent defense the whole game, man.
Yeah, their coverage was atrocious, but he was getting the ball out quickly.
Accurate. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think with a new offense that they instill down there is actually going to work for him, and he's going to have a really good season.
Well, they're trying to make an offense for him, which makes sense. I mean, you want an offense that helps your quarterback thrive. You know, I mean, another quarterback that thrived this week was Dak Prescott. Now, he's still looking for
I know, but it was against the Giants, John.
I know it was against the Giants, dude. And, I mean, every game against the Giants is a guaranteed victory. You know, they do that thing where they say how many, extra wins your starter will get over your backup quarterback. Every team had a positive except for the Giants. Literally, the Giants are worse with Eli Manning starting than they think an unproven rookie. That's pathetic. But either way, he did lose this game, as he was supposed to do, because Eli shouldn't be on the field anymore. But maybe he'll be on the field elsewhere in Jacksonville. There's been talks about Jacksonville trying to make some trades.
Oh, that's because Coughlin's down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is because Coughlin's down there.
Dude, Jacksonville just gets worse and worse. They were Super Bowl contenders 2 years ago, supposedly.
Well,
yes. This shit. Geez. Poor Nick Foles, too. Can we talk about that?
I got to feel – I hate Jacksonville with my heart, but I respect him because, whatever. They're a smart team. But, dude, Nick Foles, like, what was it? Not even the first quarter. And it didn't even look that bad. It kind of looked like an old-timey hit and just landed wrong.
Well, I mean, he got crunched a little bit there and then fell down. So, I mean, it's enough to break a clavicle. And,
yeah. Anything's enough to break. I'm just saying, like, it kind of just looked like a big old hit, but, man, just out for the season.
That's rough for them. I mean, especially because he was looking all right. I think he was 7 of 9 at that point in time. And, it wasn't like he was, throwing garbage. The team was moving down the field. Really, Fournette seems to be their weak link on the offense right now. He needs to A, hold the ball, and B, learn how to break through the damn line. But other than that, man, the team seems to be ready to play some football, at least on the offensive side. They're willing to be behind whatever quarterback it is now, as long as it's not Blake Bortles. Because even when the, unproven rookie comes in, he still threw for, I think, 250 and a couple of touchdowns. So he still looked good, even though he was not expected to play.
Gardner?
Actually, he went 275, 2 touchdowns, 22 out of 25.
He actually had the highest pass completion of the week, and that was at 88%. That's a pretty staggering amount for somebody that gets tossed in, and his best wide receiver might be D.D. Westbrook. Like, I'm just going to say I was impressed. I don't expect much going forward, but good on him. He's also a Wazoo boy. Go Cougs.
Yeah, and again, it's the Chiefs' defense. They were bad last year. They don't look any better this year. And what's the problem is, I feel like they're relying so much on the offense to just keep scoring that the defense just has to slow them down enough, and Patrick will get out there and score again.
This is actually going to prove to be tougher on the Chiefs now, because if your defense is bad, you're throwing the ball. Now, when you have Patrick Mahomes slinging the ball without looking, missing Travis Kelce by 10, 15 yards, that's a problem. So he's got to fix that quick. Also, he lost his number 1 receiver in Tyreek Hill, although Sammy Watkins went off last week.
But he did because Hill was there. Now, the second Hill was out, Sammy ain't catching nothing. As you noticed, his numbers tanked in the second half. Man. So if there's no threat, the threat is now him. Now he ain't catching dick. So for at least the next 4 weeks, Sammy Watkins is going to have maybe 20 yards a game.
You think so? That bad?
Because he doesn't have breakaway speed unless he's like free,
Actually, John's right, because I have him on my fantasy team. I was like, there's no way he's going to repeat this performance after this week.
Put him on the bench?
You can't bench him. I mean, that's absurd. But, like, you have to play him, but he's just not going to do anywhere close to that because, again, now he's going to be getting the number 1 corner on the other side. And I don't think he's not as good as he used to be. So he's not going to be able to shake them, and they're not going to throw it to him, thus meaning people like Kelce. Now you're going to probably look at Shady coming out the backfield a lot more because he was looking like a much better running back than Williams was. And I was just like, dude, you've already lost your job. I mean, the second they signed Shady McCoy, Williams was losing that starting job, yeah.
I guess so. I say accidentally lately, but I didn't play Sammy Watkins last week.
Oh, dude, that was sad, dude. Like,
so I got handled. I had Chris Carson in my flex there. It worked out. I lost by 0.24 points. So it was a tough loss to take when Sammy Watkins was on my bench with 45 points. Moving forward, though, it is going to be tougher on Mahomes. He's going to have to throw the ball a lot more, and he's going to have one less guy who is crazy good.
No, it's not going to be any tougher on him because he spreads it around. It's just going to be tougher on Sammy because he's not going to be able to get out. He's not going to be able to break away. Other people are going to get open. Kelce will get open. You got Shady McCoy getting open out of the backfield. They're going to probably work on packages with Williams and Shady out there together. I mean, they're going to figure things out to move the ball. I just think Sammy's now going to be covered too much where he's not going to get a chance at the ball.
Right. It's going to be tough, and it's a dilemma for me as a fantasy owner, but that is the game.
That's it, dude.
It's just for a few weeks. He's supposed to be back soon. So once Hill's back, then Sammy's going to get numbers again.
Another surprise for me this week was the 49ers beating the Bucs. And here's another fantasy point. If you don't have any Bucks players on your fantasy team, get them now cheap. Pick up John Ross, pick up McLaurin or whatever his name is out of Washington, and trade for them, because I think the Bucks are going to get better throughout the year. I'm not convinced Jameis Winston will, but the Bucks offense is great. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, as far as fantasy goes, are excellent. OJ Howard and Jameis Winston, I think, will get in the stride of things. But if he doesn't by week 3, I'm going to have to worry about that team, because this team has the likes to be good. I'm not saying playoff good, but if you're playing fantasy, then definitely look to pick those guys up cheap.
Right. And I had a feeling that, I picked the Niners to win, and I just knew it, man. For some reason, the Bucks just don't start off the year right. Even if they have a good team, they don't start off the season right. They always start off with some sort of hangover. And, I don't know if it's because it's so hot in Tampa or whatever, man. But, they just don't start the season right. And they'll get better as the season progresses. They usually do. But they just don't start off on the right foot. And I felt like the Niners probably knew that, and also knew that they needed to get victories wherever they could. Jimmy G looked pretty bad.
Dude, time out. I want to, and I knew you were going to bring it up. Did he look terrified to you?
Yeah.
Generally, and it wasn't remember we were talking about it last year, Brady looked scared.
Mm-hmm.
For a portion of the season, he was taking hits. He was going down a little sooner than he normally does, and that might just be a precaution thing. But it also could be due to injury last year and the year before. I think his knees were a little messed up last year and the year before. But Jimmy G legitimately looked fucking terrified.
Right. I don't think he trusts his leg yet.
No, man, exactly, dude. He got hurt, man. He got the fear in his eyes, dude. It's like, what was Derek Carr's brother? He got manhandled down there.
David Carr.
Yeah, David Carr got manhandled by the Texans, man. That boy had PTSD after that. I think
wasn't it his back that got screwed? Or no, his brother's back. What happened to Dave? He just got
sacked. The most sacks ever.
Yeah,
it's one thing about that, because Jimmy, like you said, I'm glad you brought this up, Moose, because he just looked scared, man. He didn't look like he trusted his body or had trusted anything.
No, just the way he was moving in the pocket was, and by the time he threw a ball, it looked like he was a deer in headlights. So he looked like Bambi out there. He had soft legs. He was definitely nervous. And you know what? I'll give him that, because when you have an injury like that, it does suck. It's hard to come back. I'm a little worried for him this year, but especially with Tevin Coleman going down now, you got Matt Breida, and he's a good running back. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you got Matt Breida. And then not much else to work with. So I'm a little nervous.
As far as the backfield is concerned, yeah. But, they have some good wide receivers if they show up. Pettis didn't do anything. And, Kittle can only do so much. He got some catches in there, but, nothing that was fantastic by any means.
Well, the national media guy was bumping up. Peter King was getting the 49ers hyped up for this year for playoffs, making a deep run there. I'm not sure about that if Jimmy plays every game like that, because you got to trust your knees. Another team I would like to bring up that got all the hype this year was the Cleveland Browns.
All right.
Well, we'll spend we're just going to spend 50 seconds on this. We don't really.
Okay, let me say my piece then.
Then I'll say my apology. Go ahead.
Baker Mayfield, welcome to the NFL. Okay,
he's already played a season. Don't give him.
He didn't get touched for last year. He did not get sacked for the last 6 games. So
right. Well, he wasn't playing real I wouldn't say real competition. Everybody in the NFL is real competition, but they weren't teams that were playing for anything at that point in time.
No, when you play, those guys are already on the golf course. Some of them after week 10, hey, I need to protect my body. I want to get to a better team. Call my agent. Take care of myself. But Baker, man, and Freddie Kitchens. Yo, that is the most undisciplined shit I have ever seen.
Yeah, see, that's who I'd rather you go after, because in all honesty, I don't think a lot of that was Baker's fault. The play calling was terrible. The execution of things on offense was just so horrendous that they couldn't get the ball down the field. Now, the Titans do have good defense. Don't get me wrong there.
Good.
But they just weren't doing things that seemed appropriate to get the ball down the field successfully.
Because we were putting so much pressure on him, and that O-line fell apart.
Well,
and after the left tackle kicked Ruscio in the head to get knocked out of the game, I mean,
that does take somebody.
Ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, that was absurd. I don't know. Well, there was clearly no discipline on that team.
I mean, dude,
you guys got 200 extra yards in penalties.
Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous. The very first penalty was roughing the pass with Mariota. Mariota had let the ball go for like 3 seconds, and the guy just comes in and bumps him.
Again, there's no discipline. There's no discipline on the team. You can tell there's
ridiculous, dude.
It's a circus again.
But, I mean,
it's a circus.
Dude, I remember watching it because Delaney Walker was blocking Garrett, and Garrett was getting frustrated. Like, he smacked him across the face. Like, dude, you're already getting frustrated? And you're getting blocked by a tight end? I mean,
when you're offense playing the way it is, I'd be frustrated too.
Yeah,
but I mean, dude, you can't do that.
But it's a circus again, though, Duke, because here's the problem. They were all told they're good. That's the worst thing, to be told that you're good when you haven't even proven it, not day one yet, okay? Secondly, dude, when you're out there playing the game and you know you're not as good as what you've been told you are, you now get frustrated if you don't have somebody with a sound mind leading the troops. And they don't have that with their coach. I mean, they have just absolute disarray.
You want to talk about somebody else who looks scared? Freddie Kitchens, you're right.
Well, Kitchens, yeah, he definitely does. He doesn't know how to lead this team and make them successful. I mean, he's fired at the end of the season no matter what.
Dude,
now, Odell Beckham Jr. is probably going to help with that, because Odell's already showing insubordination. He's running around with this watch on that everyone's like, all right, maybe you shouldn't wear the watch. He's like, I'm going to still wear my watch. Why? Because you need to tell time. You need to find out what time it is when you didn't catch a touchdown in a whole game. Like, catch a touchdown first and then check the time.
Right. Fucking different cities, same fucking Odell. Man.
It was held less than 50 yards, I believe.
That's unreal. And you know what?
Hey, that was against Butler, though, man.
Yeah, right. So he's improved a little bit. That's fine. I'll give him that.
But Butler, dude, he won you a Super Bowl, man.
No, he actually didn't play in the second one, but he did win.
Yeah, because you guys, like, I don't know if you smacked Belichick around.
Because they just wanted me to lose fucking money. That's why.
All of us still wonder. We've still never gotten an
answer. I
answer.
know. That's going to be like the greatest mystery ever, because no one's ever going to tell the truth, man.
He went from winning us a Super Bowl to not playing and crying on the sidelines during the national anthem.
I mean, they were saying it was something about a curfew situation at first.
Man, it's weird, dude. It's weird.
But I'm like, how you gonna keep a grown man to some curfew like nonsense during the Super Bowl?
There was speculation about weed. There was a whole ton of speculation, which is what it was. But back to my point, the Titans' defense. I said it last year. They improved on defense greatly. I will not deny that. But this, a 30-point fucking win by Tennessee, bro.
But that's not because of them solely. I mean, the Titans are
we had help. Yes, I agree with you.
They got a lot of help from a really bad team.
But what a great team is supposed to do is not fuck it up. Too much in the past, we would have lost that game by giving up. When they came back, we put our foot on their throat and finished the game like great teams do.
No, it's very true. That's very true.
I'm not denying that, and the Titans played fantastic. Although I guess the Patriot way was a little bit lost after the game with all the talk that was going on. But I understand it. Young team, I get it. No,
dude. I mean, like I said, the national media was proclaiming this team. They were a 5-point underdog, dude. I mean, we have finished 3 consecutive winning seasons. It's not like we're a dumpster fire over there. We're building, trying to be good to great, and nobody recognized that. I mean, Delaney Walker is still a badass tight end. I mean, everybody was calling him done after he fucking snapped his ankle in two. But he looks healthier and prouder than ever to fucking be running that shit. We actually got A.J. Brown, 100 yards, 3 receptions. The man looks like a beast out there.
Well, that's a little skewed because, again, this was
3 passes, dude. It's the best receiver we've had ever.
Well, I don't know. You had Randy Moss.
Okay.
Now,
You didn't try, dude. That was bull. I'll still claim Hall of Fame Randy Moss, but he was out there just to get the check, dude. Finish career.
he was still wearing the uniform. He was still
Look. I almost bought the Randy Moss jersey, okay? But he was only there for 6 games, dude. But, he was the best we ever had. I'll give you that. They caught 2 passes, but he was the best we ever had.
That's very true. That's very true. But we also kind of forgot a game that happened a long time ago. Well, at least it feels like it because we record on Wednesday.
Oh, what? Bears and Packers.
We didn't talk about the Bears and the Packers at all. Now, the Bears.
No, shut up. What a terrible fucking game. Both of those teams.
I know, dude.
Does it make you think that maybe these guys should play some preseason? Because, they talk about Aaron Rodgers being so damn good and how he just knows an offense. It didn't look like he knew any kind of offense that day.
See that?
Yeah, and not even him. On the other side, even worse, dude. Mitch looked terrible. As a matter of fact, didn't they interview some coach who was like, as long as we have him play quarterback, we knew we could win. That's the most awful thing you could say about somebody who's playing that position. We're like, if we knew if we forced him to play quarterback, we'd win. And you know what? They did, because he looked stupid out there.
See, and there you go. The national media got crowning people before they get the crowns, man. Aaron Rodgers, I swear, Aaron Rodgers purposely threw the ball in the wrong direction a couple of times to say, fuck you, Matt LaFleur. I'm doing this shit my way. If I want to get your ass fired, I will. I think it's like.
No, dude, there did seem to be some insubordination, on the field. It's disgusting how Aaron Rodgers is like, I run this and you work for me.
Right. Did you guys see the no-look pass, too? And then that was, the best pass of his game. Hey, Aaron, maybe you shouldn't look at the receiver every time, you fucking idiot. Anyway, I'm sorry. I get fired up when we talk about that fucking square. Goddamn squid. So, my thing is, I think the Bears will get better. I do. I also think that the Green Bay Packers were harbored.
Wait a second, Moose. I'm going to have to stop you because your statement was almost as good as Mitch Trubisky's statement about how everything was working in practice. I don't know how things didn't work on the actual game. For you to say that they're going to get better, I mean, that was the worst we've ever seen an offense play. So, of course, they have to get better.
Time out. First off, the Bears scored as many points as the Rams did in the Super Bowl. That is something to be proud of, okay?
Oh, good grief.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. That's an easy statement for me to make. And this is why. It's because they scored fucking 3 points, John. If they don't get better, how much worse can they get?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Your statement is just it's okay, great. You made a statement. Just like when Mitch was like, everything seems to work in practice. Yeah, it should work in practice.
Yeah, well, Mitch is my boy, and I think the Packers did get better on defense, to be fair. I'm not saying that's the reason.
I don't think they're that good, man. I don't think that,
I didn't say it. Don't put words in my mouth. I just said I think they got better, okay? With that being said, Aaron Rodgers looked horrible. Mitch Trubisky looked horrible, and the two defenses looked good. First game of the season, they'll get it. Both of those teams aren't going to play like that every week.
I think Mitch will. I think
I think Mitch will too, because I think people have now realized that he is about the worst starting quarterback that there.
You think he's the worst in the league?
No, he ain't that bad.
I think name a quarterback that's worse than him that's a starter right now.
Josh Allen.
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning. Yeah. You say Eli is okay, but at least, in fairness, Eli at least has some rings. Okay, so no, I don't think I think he's worse than Fitzmagic, because at least Fitzmagic has put together multiple 400-yard games.
Fitzmagic is magical.
This is the kid's third or second year? I mean, the goddamn Bears were going with Mike Glennon 2 years ago. Okay, give the kid a chance. That's all I'm saying. All right, I just don't think he's going to end the season playing as bad as he did this week.
He doesn't pass the eye test at all, Moose. I've watched him so many times, and I really don't see a lot of positive. I see a lot more negative than positive every game.
That's fair. I'm just looking at what's around him. I think David Montgomery and Tariq Cohen are going to have a better season. I also think the play calls were shit on both sides.
They were terrible because, again, they had him play like he was an actual quarterback.
Right. Yeah, so He's got to figure it out. I'm not saying that. I'm not giving the kid a break. I'm just saying I think they'll get better as the season progresses because I think that those surrounding him are better than they played the other night, especially against Green Bay's mediocre defense that will probably finish between 14 and 17.
Well, at least the Bills found a kicker. Another game I want to bring up before I break is where the hell will the Bengals find their pride?
Holy shit, you're right.
What was this pride like 2-3 years ago where you're getting your ass kicked, dude? You go up into Seattle, almost win that game and steal one from them.
In Seattle, bro.
Here's the thing, dude. Seattle doesn't have as good of a team as they've had in the past, and it's now known. Both of their running backs are good on paper, but they still haven't really proven anything yet, with neither one of them.
Chris Carson did last year.
He had a couple of good games, dude, but he wasn't like storming the gates like, Marshawn Lynch or something like that. No one was like, oh, he's unstoppable. He had good games.
That's different, but Chris Carson was a top 5 running back after week 10 last year, almost every single week.
Yeah, I mean, but
together, I agree. Collectively, I agree. I also think Russell Wilson, literally in the fourth quarter again, did everything. I was watching the game with Katrina, and it was a joke. He was running every other play. So, again, that side of the ball is forsaken. I think DK Metcalf actually looked okay, though. I do. I think
he looked all right. It wasn't amazing, but he did okay.
First game, I'll let him get the jitters off. But yeah, Duke, you're so right. I can't believe we haven't even talked about this game yet. Andy Dalton, what? Andy Dalton led the league in passing yards last week against a defense that got picked up by 24,000 fantasy teams. I know it's different, but still, are you? And I didn't believe the Clowney bullshit, by the way. I didn't think that made their defense drastically better. You already have
but he's new to the team, and you can't put a lot on his first game with the squad, but the Bengals did actually show up, and they put together a good game for the first game of the season. There's still much more season left and much more time for Andy Dalton to look more like he normally does. I think this year he had to really show up because a lot of people have been writing him about how bad he is, and so now I think he's trying to show everyone that he's pretty good. I mean, again, I put him up higher than Mitch Trubisky. Okay, not by much.
I would too.
How much, man?
I'm not going to argue with that. Listen,
not much.
The Bengals is their defense is shit, okay? And when your defense is shit, you're going to throw the ball. And they did. And that kid, John Ross, made waves. Now, when A.J. Green comes back, obviously John Ross isn't going to see the receptions or the targets that he does now because Tyler Boyd's still there. And when A.J. Green comes back, I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing for Andy Dalton at this point. It's only been 1 week through, but god damn, were they hucking the ball, man? He was making, Andy Dalton threw over 400 yards. I don't know if he's done that in his whole entire career.
I think he's done it before, but he never does it at prime time. So that's why no one ever sees it. Andy Dalton is the king of early morning, early afternoon. I'm going to shine. But anytime you put him on Monday night, Thursday night, any night, Sunday night, man, he looks awful.
You know what, man? You're supposed to shine on Thursday night, man. That's the game, where they set it up. If you're the home team, yeah, you pretty much got the advantage. You should shine on Thursday night. He can't even do that.
No, he's not a nighttime baller.
No.
But, folks, we're at a break time. It's probably time for us to make our way into our first break. And then when we come back, we might talk a little bit about those Monday night games and then get into our picks for this upcoming week 2. Right now, the Moose and myself are looking really good. Duke needs to get some picks right, but we'll be right back with the Ricky Williams trilogy.
And we're out.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. It's time for your Fumble Rooski weekly sports news update. Chargers have announced tight end Hunter Henry has suffered a tibia plateau fracture to his left knee during last Sunday's game versus the Indianapolis Colts. He is likely to miss a good portion of the season. However, the timetable for returning has not been set. Browns wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. took the field with a $350,000 Richard Mille watch, violating a league rule prohibiting hard objects. Note, there is no rule against jewelry, but the league will address this with him and the team. There's likely to be no fine or general consequence for this. The Jaguars quarterback Nick Foles suffered a fractured clavicle. He is out indefinitely. And gentlemen, since the last time we've aired, Antonio Brown has almost fought the Raiders general manager Mike Mayock, asked the Raiders to release him on an Instagram post, officially signed with the Patriots, switched helmets again, and now, 2 days after joining the Patriots, finds himself in the middle of a civil lawsuit where a former trainer for Brown has accused the star of 3 separate incidents of sexual assault and rape. He has denied all claims and plans to further countersue the accuser. A lot of big news, boys, this week. Our picks went okay for the first week. Duke might think otherwise. He might be a little self-critical. That's okay. It's week 1. We give everyone a chance here.
No, I ain't self-critical. It's a hard week, man. You never know.
It was a hard week. You definitely went with some upset picks. And I think me and Eazy generally stayed around where the public is. There were a few select picks that really did well. Eazy, you picked the Bills at one point. Fantastic pick as the
it's because the Jets are the Jets, man.
Right, the Jets are the Jets, and it was looking to go me and Duke's way. It did not. I guess my pick of the week would either be the Patriots or the Ravens. I'd consider it the Ravens. I did not think you guys were going to go with the Dolphins. And Dookie boy here did not pick a lone soldier this week. So we're looking to see if he has some redemption this week. Me and Eazy finished last week with 12-3-1. Duke, you finished at 8-7-1.
That stupid one. The Detroit Lions should have won,
man.
You know what? I'm including ties this year because I think it messed me up the first week of the season last year. We had 2 ties. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so in the penny, very decidedly went 5-10-1, which is a huge surprise, but, it is a penny.
Well, he was drunk, so
right.
It's okay.
So, I mean, good for him, though. Good for him. He was excited to be involved. All right. Well, boys, it looks like we're going to go with our picks this week. First game we have Thursday night, Buccaneers-Panthers. Who you boys got?
Panthers all the way. Bucks lose.
Yeah, I've got the Panthers probably winning this game. They're coming off a tough loss to the Rams, and they're the home squad. So, you got to assume it's Thursday night. So, got to go with those Panthers.
I'm also going to go with the Panthers. There's absolutely no question about it. And, so that's pretty easy for us. Panthers all the way across the board, including the penny.
Ooh, the penny. Clean sweep. Clean sweep.
Right. Doesn't happen often, but when it does. Next game we got, gentlemen, Cardinals at the Ravens.
Ravens. Wow. Is that even a choice? I mean, after last week, Kyler Murray did show some promise and potential. They did to tie, but I don't.
Again, this is against the Lions defense that for some reason looked like they were running the prevent at the end of the game.
Oh, my goodness.
Cardinals.
Ooh, he's going
no, I wasn't saying that. I thought you were talking about this week. I'm going with the Ravens. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going with the Ravens as well. Lamar's got more to prove. I think he still can, move the offense. He showed that he could against a tanking Miami. So it's really not a lot of information that we learned, but I still think he's going to be able to get it done with a better defense on his side.
Well, it's a step up from the Cardinals, at least a step up from Miami. So.
Oh, that's I mean, that's very,
at least they're trying.
at least they're not tanking.
Yeah, they're trying here, people.
Oh, and I want to say this real quick. Kyler Murray looked horrible in the first, I'd say, 2 quarters and a half last week, and he actually had the most pass attempts. And you know, it showed in the last quarter and a half. They started coming back. So good on him. Hope he figures it out. But I didn't like what I saw at the beginning. And I need to apologize. Our first game, the Penny had the Buccaneers. I forgot which side of the penny was heads and tails, but yeah. So the Ravens, however, is a clean sweep as the penny picks the Ravens. Next game we got Cowboys at the Redskins. Good little early Thanksgiving game, I'd say.
Cowboys, Redskins. Sorry, I think Dak has something to prove with his little contract here. Zeke is just going to get better. Yeah, Cowboys.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys should be able to take this one as well. Redskins, they're going to be thinking about their future here because they have at least some trade bait with Case Keenum. Maybe they can get him down to Jacksonville. Either way, I still think that the Cowboys are going to get it done.
That's not a bad shout. I'd like to see Dwayne Haskins play first, but obviously the Redskins aren't making it.
I don't want to see Dwayne play. I don't want to see him get killed out there. He looks like a good kid, man. Don't throw him in there just yet.
All right, what's that? Oh,
again, that's a clean sweep. We need to get some different picks in here. I'm sure down the board we will. Next game we got here, Colts at Titans, and Duke, you know better than anybody. The Colts are 11-0 since Andrew Luck started against you guys. He is not there this week.
Well, the bad man can't hurt us no more. Okay? So, and also, too, this week they are retiring my childhood hero, Steve McNair's number and Eddie George's number, even though Eddie George did not say thank you for us finding his wallet and almost ran John over in the parking garage.
No, that was McNair that almost hit me. That's
I'm sorry.
That's
McNair.
okay. Both of the people who are retiring their numbers, I've had interactions with. One, I gave his wallet back. The other nearly hit me with his car.
Yeah, but not only did you guys give his wallet back, wasn't there like
he didn't even say thank you, dude.
Was there like $1,000 in there?
It was like $3,000, dude.
Yeah, there was a lot of cash in there, and we were good Samaritans, and we could have changed our lives. But instead,
16, we could have changed our lives, man.
Oh yeah, dude! Like our lives could have been changed. Like I could have maybe started my own law firm, but alas, I will never have that much.
Shitty law firm, I'll tell you.
But back on topic, I would say I really feel good about this game just because it's at home. We're 16-4 at home. Like I said, Andrew Luck's gone. I like Jacoby, but we can beat him. Our defense looks stout. I got to go Titans.
Oof, yeah, I'm going to probably go – gosh, I just don't know, man. I really don't know on this one because you guys lose to the Colts so often. I can't believe it's just Andrew Luck alone. I feel like they know something.
It really is because when Andrew Luck wasn't there, we went 1-2 against them.
All right, well,
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna still go with the Colts on this one. I went Titans last week and I was right, but I know your team goes back and forth a lot. Actually, you know what? The Titans are at home. Screw that. Titans will win this one. I'm going Titans on this one.
Wow. I'm also going to go the Titans.
No way, dude. Don't do that, man. You're going to jinx us, man. You got to go Colts, man. No.
I'm going to go the Titans because I believe their defense is stronger. I hope to God Mariota can get the ball down the field against the Colts defense. He will. Last week. I think the Colts defense is better than they played this past week, but we'll see. The Penny's got the Colts, so
screw the Penny.
Man, so far none of us have had a different pick yet, and that's pretty upsetting.
Well, so we either win together, or we lose together.
We either going down and up. I don't know. I think the Penny's drunk again, though. It went with the Colts. Bills at Giants, worst game of the week.
Wow,
it's going to be horrible.
Oh my God! It's like a bad fart in the room, man.
Someone light a match. This stinks. I'm going to have to probably continue to ride that Bills train. The Giants had no real defense, and their offense is going to still be atrocious as long as they trot out Eli Manning. So
I can't believe that. Like, could you just put the kid in that you picked ahead of everyone else? Like,
right.
God damn it, man.
So you got to go with, unless Eli somehow does something that gets him some stem cell help.
Sterling Shepard is out.
No. I said some stem cell help. Where he can become younger again, because he sure
he's going to Peyton about that.
Yeah. So either way, I think he's done as an NFL quarterback, and as long as they trot him out there, they're probably going to be losing. So I got to go with the Giants falling to the Bills.
I got to go Bills Mafia. I just can't believe the Giants, man. As long as Eli's back there, I can't.
Man, I got to be honest. I think this is the first week ever that we have had 5 straight picks that we're all picking the same team. I think going into week 2, we're all a little confident maybe. We could be surprised. We were last week. We will be this week. And every single week here on out. So I'm going with the Bills. Don't believe in the Giants. Defense is trash. Quarterback is trash. No wide receivers. It's a joke. The Bills actually have a pretty good team and a great defense, if I may say so. Their defense is better than everyone thinks. And
they're
I think
a couple years away, man. I really believe that.
They are.
They're building, but they got something there.
Right.
More than Miami.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, man, I don't see the Giants. I don't see the Giants winning the game all year. I think they're the new Cleveland Browns. It's just me.
Who was 16?
Yeah, like maybe they'll get one win and it'll be a fluke because Gardner Minshew's playing. I don't know if they even play them this year, but if they do, I got my boy Minshew, I think. Next game, big game, honestly. This is going to be a game that people are going to be tuning in for. We got the Seahawks at the Steelers.
At the Steelers?
At the Steelers.
I got to go Steelers, man. They after last week's ass whooping, and then they got a little pride. Russell's going to be running for his life.
Yeah, I'll probably go Steelers as well. I don't think the Seahawks showed me enough against the Bengals for me to think that they're going to win some on the road.
Fair enough. I think the Steelers' defense, especially on the run, is trash. I don't think the Seahawks necessarily looked good when the ball was in the air. So it's going to be another fantastic game for the Seahawks. It'll be the first fantastic game for the Steelers. But I have the Seahawks pulling it off. They almost lost to Cincy at home. There is going to be a fire lit under Pete Carroll's ass and Russell Wilson's ass, and their defense or their backfield. I think is going to run all over the Steelers, just like the Patriots. I don't think they're going to have as many people touching the ball, but I have to go with the Seahawks on this one. And that's our first difference this beautiful Wednesday night.
Oh, well, I'm sorry for you there, Moose.
It's okay, man. You know what? You got to take chances. You can't win picking the same guys as everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Next game, another shit fest, unless Andy Dalton can throw for another 350, 400-plus yards. We have the 49ers at the Bengals.
You know what? I picked the Niners last time, and I'll pick the Niners again. I think the Niners can get it done, mainly because I feel like their defense is better than what they showed last week. Hopefully Jimmy Garoppolo won't look scared in week 2. But I'm going to go with the 49ers getting it done despite Jimmy G.
I got to go with – I will go with the Bengals, man. Something about me tells me that Jimmy G is afraid. I just don't see him leading his team. He don't trust his knee. Maybe it's not confidence issue. Maybe it's a head thing. But maybe Andy Dalton, he starts his team off as 1-1.
That's a hefty play. I'm not going to go against the 49ers in this game, and it's going to be particularly due to the lack of the running game that the Bengals will have. I know the upside is there for wide receivers in passes. We saw it last week. But with Joe Mixon down, I just don't see that lane opening up for the Bengals as much as it should. However, this is probably the closest game for me. Like, with both of these teams, you fucking just don't know what you're going to expect. So I think any answer is good. I'm going with the 49ers in this one. Next game we got Chargers at Lions. And this is a really interesting game because we're going to find out a lot about who these teams are. I mean, Danny Amendola was one of the most targeted receivers last week. You got the Chargers. They got Mike Williams down, Hunter Henry down. Friggin' Austin Eckler played off his ass last week. But really, right now you have Keenan Allen. And the Lions have Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones, and Danny, who had pretty much one of the best games I've ever seen him play in fantasy anyways, but also he just looked good, which was weird. So we got the Chargers at the Lions. This is a tough one.
Man, I just don't believe in Matt Patricia. I mean, I think that the difference between Vrabel and Patricia is that Vrabel's going to succeed. Patricia's not. I mean, I just don't like his attitude. I mean, the Lions do have a talented team, and it just seems like you should be playing better than that. So I got to go with the other ones, man. I got to go with the Chargers on that because I just don't believe in the Lions, man.
Yeah, I also don't believe in the Lions. I mean, and it's mostly because of the coaching, and so I'm going to also go with the Chargers.
Boys, I'm going to go with the Lions on this one. I am.
Hey.
I'm going to take that shot. I just don't think the Chargers looked as great as they did last year. And last year they looked as good as I've ever seen them. I think with those targets down. Now, if Mike Williams plays, I might change it. But in all honesty, man, after seeing the way the Lions played last week, and I still have some hope for Matt Stafford. Definitely not a top 10. Don't get me wrong. Don't quote me. But I think the Lions will pull this one off. I think Patricia is going to have like a lucky season. I do. I think his luck is there. So with that being said,
that's all he's going to have.
Also, last 4 picks, the penny went with the Seahawks, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Lions. Next game up, we have the Vikings at the Packers. We got a North showdown. We got 2 teams trying to prove themselves over and over and over and over and over again. Who you boys got?
Man, I want to go with the Vikings. I just think Aaron Rodgers has some beef with Matt LaFleur. I am glad Matt LaFleur is gone because, bye-bye, Matt. So I think Aaron Rodgers is going to just tank this season for some reason. You know, just to send a message. Just be like, I own this shit. I got to go Vikings. Plus Cousins, I think he's going to have a better game than he did last week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go probably the same route. Yeah, I mean, for just mostly the obvious reasons of, they've already won 1 game. They'll probably win another one.
I'm gonna agree with both of you guys. I think the Vikings just have a way stronger defense. Unfortunately for me, I have Aaron Jones on my bench right now when he should be pushing 18 plus a game. But after that show they had in Chicago this week, I'm not very confident in the Packers at all.
Right. I feel like there's a lot of disorder already and some tension between quarterback and coach.
I mean, there has been from the start. I don't think that was Aaron's guy. I just don't. I think my problem is that they're only targeting 2 receivers, and that's Devontae Adams and Scandling. They didn't target Geronimo Allison once, and I think that's because generally Rodgers does not like him. I just don't think he likes him as a receiver. So I don't see that succeeding unless they play some shit teams this year. Vikings are not a shit team. They have one of the top quality, skilled departments in the league, and their defense is stout. So I'm going with the Vikings as well. It's clean sweep. Penny picks the V's as well. Next game, interdivision rivals. Jaguars at the Texans. I don't even think this one is a question. I'll
go Texans, yeah.
They looked good. And you know what we didn't talk about this week yet, and we'll spend 30 seconds. Carlos motherfucking Hyde looked good for the Texans this week. He was providing a lot of short yardage, but yardage for them, and I think it's going to work out. I think the Jaguars don't have that coverage like they did, 2 years ago with Jalen Ramsey. Don't think they even have it last year. I think he's going to get routed.
You know what? I just don't believe in Bill O'Brien. After last week, I think the Jags, they got no tape on this kid. Miss you. I think that they're just going to ball out for some reason. I just say that without Clowney there, J.J. Watt's, that defense is intimidating. And the fact that they got no tape on this kid. That's dangerous, man.
Right, especially when I think Leonard Fournette's going to have a great season. I know after last week it doesn't look promising, but Leonard Fournette dropped some weight. He looks good, coming off a bad year, injured year. So I think you're right on that. I'll agree with you there. Next game we have, I don't even think I need to fucking ask, but we have the Patriots at the Dolphins. Now, one thing I'll say is that we've lost the last 5 out of 6 times. Is it different this time?
Yeah, they're tanking, dude. Yeah, it's different. Tannehill ain't there.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, any other Miami team, I'd say, is going to probably try to win, but I don't think that's the case. And we're going to definitely go with the Patriots going 2-0. I feel very safe in saying that.
I do as well. However, the Penny has probably had a couple of drinks since we last talked to him. He went with the Dolphins. Next game we have, I think this game could actually be more interesting than we think it could be. I think the answers are going to be the same, but I do think it's going to be different after watching this team play this past week against a shitty defense. But we got the Chiefs at the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to go with my team. Why not?
Why not, dude? Yeah, dude. Oh, man. I'm sorry, but Raiders don't have that defense to stop Mahomes. So, and all Casey has to do is stop him once or twice. I go Kansas City all the way.
Right. I'm gonna agree. I'm going Chiefs. I just don't think there's a question about who wins. I do, however, think there's a question about how the Chiefs offense runs without their boy there, Tyreek. But I don't think it's going to be a question. So I get the Chiefs. And that's a 4-way across the board. Penny got the Chiefs as well. Next game, huge game. Last afternoon game of Sunday night. Or I'm sorry. They're a Sunday night game. Saints at Rams.
I mean, I'm going to go with the Saints. They have to get some redemption.
Yeah, I mean, they are pissed. I've been listening to the Keyshawn show all week. They are ball washers for the Rams. I think they're just talking crap about the Saints because of blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Rams, you didn't deserve it. Saints looking for revenge, man. Going to go there and just kick their ass in the Rams stadium.
Right. I'm going to, once again, agree here. I think the Saints are too strong. I think Alvin Kamara might be the greatest running back in the game when it comes to balanced running and just finesse. And honestly, I just don't see it in the Rams unless it has to do with their defense. Brandon Cooks did nothing last week. I mean, nothing. And if Brandon Cooks isn't doing something, there's probably a problem. There's probably a problem that it's probably going to take past week 2. Because Brandon Cooks was like their most valuable receiver last year. I know everybody thinks it was Kupp or Woods, but it wasn't. It was Brandon Cooks. And if he can't do anything, your whole team can't. As far as the Rams defense goes, again, Aaron Donald, I mean, yeah, he played okay, played good, but it wasn't his best game last week, and I don't think it'll be his best game this week. 4-way, cross the board, Saints. Next game, last Sunday night game. I cannot believe that we're going to have to fucking watch this game as prime time. I'm embarrassed for the league that they picked this week, too. Bears at the Broncos.
And my Titans can't get a national televised game, huh? Unbelievable. I'm going to go Broncos just because it's at home.
Oh, shit. I'm going to be honest, Duke. Didn't see that coming. I'm going Bears all the way. I still have trust. You guys know I have trust in Mitchell Trubisky and what they're doing, what Matt Nagy's doing. I'm going to go with the Bears just based on the fact that I think Joe Flacco fucking sucks.
Oh, he sucks.
I think he stinks pretty bad too, but I really think Mitch Trubisky is just – he's really bad. And if the Packers know that if you force him to play quarterback, he'll lose, I think other teams will know that too, and it's going to probably be a couple of weeks before they can figure out how to make this offense click again. And I think the Bears are going to lose probably like 9-3. So,
it's going to be another one of those games.
Yeah.
Nope. I think the Broncos are going to get fucking wiped out. I think the Bears' defense will take control of this game. I don't think it's the offense.
I think their defense is going to be on the field too long and it's going to break them.
That's fair enough. No, that's a fair assessment because I do think they're going to be in the game longer than not as well. But I just,
man, come on.
With Joe Flacco, I mean, when Joe Flacco throws the ball, it's like fucking watching somebody at the Waffle House fucking throw a pancake or a waffle in the air. It's a joke.
He threw a couple of good ones this past week.
His average yardage per pass was like almost less than 6. I just don't trust it with the weapons he has.
Right, that's true.
You know, and there's.
I'm not saying this is going to be a big scoring game. I mean, you heard me. It's 9-3.
You quite literally said there's going to be fucking 4 field goals in the entire game. That game, I will be falling asleep too.
It's going to be hideous.
Right, it's going to be awful. I actually think the Bears are going to put up some points this week. But again, I'm a believer in the Bears, and I don't fucking know why. Eagles at the Falcons, first Monday night game. I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think D-Jax, I think Alshon Jeffrey are going to play well this week, especially against a failing defense in Atlanta.
Wait, I think the Eagles and Falcons is the Sunday night game, dude.
Am I wrong then?
Yeah, the Monday night game is –
I'm on a spreadsheet. I don't have the times in front of me.
Yeah. So the Sunday night game is Eagles-Falcons.
Oh,
so,
thank fuck.
Yeah.
Thank fucking God if I had to watch the goddamn Bears and Broncos on my Sunday night. What a horrible work day would be the next day. Okay, so there were 2 Monday games in week 1. There's now 1 Monday night game in week 2.
Correct. Yeah.
10-4.
But again,
I got the Eagles then, without a doubt.
God, I don't know, man. I have a feeling this actually might be just as bad as watching the Broncos and the Bears play, just in a different way. No, just in a different way. Because
come on, people, move on. Just
the Eagles are kind of sloppy, and so are the Falcons. And I just think the Falcons are going to have to do better than they did this past week. And I don't know if the Eagles are going to just be able to not play for a whole half and then come back and win it. So I'm going to go with the Falcons on this.
Falcons at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, Matt Ryan's going to ball out with Julio Jones.
Yeah, they almost did nothing. And you can't do – there's no way that's going to happen 2 weeks in a row. Julio Jones won't allow for it.
Look at Devontae Freeman, dude. He didn't do anything either. He's one of the top 12 running backs in the league.
Well, according to people, not according to me. He's never passed the eye test to me.
Right. The eye test I won't disagree with. But as far as paper value goes – Devontae Freeman's. I mean, well, who else are you gonna run, dude?
I understand. So, but I'm just saying,
if him and Julio go off, though, I will regret this pick.
They will, man. It's at home, man.
97% of his fucking contract extension guaranteed. It's gonna be less. He is gonna regress this year. That's just my thing. And the penny in the last 2 games had the Broncos and the Eagles. Last game, Monday night, shitstorm. This could be the night that fucking Baker Mayfield and the rest of that hyped-ass offense that I believed in, I'll admit, I believe the hype. I said it last week. I am with the hype. I'm still with the hype as long as they get their shit together and Odell stops wearing $350,000 watches on his left wrist and he can't catch a ball. Browns at Jets. I'm going to go with the Browns. I do not trust the Jets.
Here's the thing. I don't trust the Jets either. But how did the Browns finally get their victory last time? By beating the Jets. I don't think the Jets want to have that stain on them any longer. I feel like this is the one that they're going to actually want to win. They have a much better defense than people give them credit for. The problem is the offense is not really moving. Le'Veon Bell needs to figure out something. Maybe he's a little rusty for taking a year off. He didn't look as explosive or as great as he has in the past. It could also be some of the offensive line too. But either way, I think this is the one for the Jets to get. They might lose every other game for the rest of the year, but I think the Browns are going to be starting off the season at least 0-3, if not 0-4.
Wow, that's some fucking big words. I mean, the Jets.
Hey, man, listen. Okay, go get my pick in because you know what? We're going to finish this. Listen, Greg Williams is defensive coordinator for the Jets right now. He has beef with the Browns. He's got tape of how to beat Baker. Yeah, blitz his ass like crazy. He doesn't know what to do. I got the Jets to beat Baker to send the Browns 0-2, and after that it's 0-3 Browns, and it's just going to be we're going to watch it explode, man. We're going to watch OBJ and Landry and everybody just all get pissy. Kitchens is going to be fired by week 6.
Man, I think my problem this week is that, one, the Browns are going to be maybe feeling dangerous. My other problem just with the Jets is, first of all, Greg Williams, their defensive coordinator. It's the exact reason why you chose them. It's probably the exact reason why I will not. Also, C.J. Mosley out, Quinnen Williams out. Anun was out for the entire year, suffering a neck injury.
Who was the defensive coordinator for the Browns last year?
Greg Williams.
Exactly. He knows Baker. He knows that team. He's going to he is pissed he did not get the head coaching job over Freddie Kitchens.
I will take every single opportunity I get to go against the guy that created Bounty Gate. So I'm going to go with the Browns.
Everybody has a Bounty Gate, man. Everybody bounties.
Everybody bounties, I'm sure.
Everybody. He just got caught. That's all.
And the penny will go with the Jets. I am the lone Browns believer yet again. And, gentlemen, that just about wraps up our picks.
I think you need to stop believing in the Browns. You're going to be losing a lot of games based on that.
Hey, you know what? I'll give it a couple weeks.
Okay.
Good timeout, though. Just talent alone. And this is no slight on the plan,
dude.
Okay.
There's no one's
you
again.
don't have to tell me I'm a Patriots fan. I've never had talent. Fucking Philip Dorsett's my favorite wide receiver on the
I have talent, but I got 6 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on.
Come on, man.
So I don't want to hear it. We couldn't even
Don't
get it
give me that crap, dude. You guys can fit a fucking square pit, around a peg into a square fucking whatever, dude. You guys.
Yeah, you know why? Because we keep.
He's got Belichick, dude.
No,
that's why.
We keep the circle small enough. I'm talking. It's because we keep the circle small enough to fit in the big fucking square that everyone.
What you do is you pick some random fucker off the street who played lacrosse for 2 years, have him catch a fucking football, and make him look like Randy fucking Moss. That's what you fucking do. So I don't want to hear this shit about talent. I would have fucking 6 Super Bowl rings with no names than fucking the Browns with OBJ and Landry and Baker.
Yeah, but again, Moose, it looks good if you're playing the game Madden. If I had Madden 19, of course I'll pick the Cleveland Browns and I'll win all the time. But it's not a video game. It's a real-life dumpster fire, and Kitchens is leading it. Well, folks,
that's pretty dumpster fires, man.
We'll see. I'm not saying you're wrong. All I'm saying is we'll see.
But, folks, we got time, like John is about to say, 34 of the week. Do you guys have any? You guys got 34 of the week? I'll start off. Mine goes to Delaney Walker for coming back off his horrific ankle surgery. That was horrible. And also, too, anytime a player gets injured, can we please stop replaying the injury 100 times over and over again?
No.
It sticks in my mind.
I know, because I like it. I like to see when Alex Smith got his leg shattered.
You're sadistic.
Well, yeah, but hey, that's who I am, though, man.
But my 34 goes to him. Good for him. People doubted him. He came back with 2 touchdowns. Awesome guy. Great for the community. You got anybody, Moose?
My 34 of the week is going to be
John?
the Buffalo Bills altogether.
Good
the
for
Buffalo
them.
Bills managed to win a game that it looked like they were not going to win from the get-go. I don't think a lot of people believed in them. Hell, I don't even know if they believed in themselves until they finally took the lead. But again, the Buffalo Bills altogether make my 34 of the week.
Woohoo, go Bills. Bills Mafia.
Well, I have no 34s of the week. I have 2 puppy dogs.
What, 2
My
puppies?
first puppy dog goes to Mark. 2 puppies, right? No, these are both fucking male puppies, and they're not making no babies, I hope. DeMarcus Lawrence of the fucking Dallas Cowboys. Some little boy in a Giants uniform walked up to him asking him for an autograph on a piece of paper. DeMarcus looked at him, made a stupid-looking face, and said, "You got the wrong jersey on, my dude," and kept walking away from this little 6 or 7-year-old little motherfucker. You know what? That's fucked up. That is
not.
fucked.
What?
Yes, it is. Yes,
No,
it is.
that's
That's
what
fucked
you're
up.
supposed to do.
No. Time out. Let me finish. The kid is stupid. The kid should know better. The parents there should know better than to send their giant wearing fucking stupid blue-looking fucker up there. Okay, the kid should have never asked for the autograph. But you know what? DeMarcus should have gave it to him because maybe he would have became a Cowboys fan. Now, This man is a Cowboys terrorist. He wants to hurt the Cowboys.
Nah,
okay?
that kid was just going to have his parents sell that shit online, dude. That wasn't.
That's not true. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's definitely what was going to happen.
Such bullshit. You're not going to
That's
tell me
okay.
a 7-year-old's going on eBay selling a fucking.
No, but it's not for the kid. The
Moose
parents sent that kid.
That's
Trust
fucking-
me, I've worked at Dodger Stadium long enough. I know when stuff is being sold online, homie.
Had a loose leaf piece of paper, a piece
Yeah,
of
that still can go for money.
No, fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah,
Look, I'm not saying the kid's not dumb. I'm not saying the parents aren't dumb. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying DeMarcus Lawrence is a piece of shit. That's all I'm saying. Puppy dog. You're a puppy
I'm
dog.
on his
son.
side, dude. I'm on his side. Because look, what if somebody came up to you? You are a Patriots player. You are a Patriots fan. You have loved the Patriots in New England your whole life. Now
Right.
here comes some kid in a Miami Dolphins jersey asking for an autograph from you. Granted, they might be 8 years old and they look just cute as a button, but
You want to know how I'd handled it? I would sign the biggest fucking letters all over that kid's jersey. I would ruin the kid's jersey, and I'd make it a fun.
Okay, man. You take this too personal, man. You just say good puppy dog, dude.
You're a piece of shit. DeMarcus Lawrence is a piece of shit.
He's
I
just
love
a
him.
puppy
I
dog,
love
buddy.
him. He's a new
understand
34
why-
for me.
I understand why he did it, and I can see the infatuation you have. And as a fan, that's dope. That's awesome. That's funny as hell. Like, I would expect that. But also, like, dude, just because you signed a contract extension in a fucking new thing doesn't mean shit. Second puppy dog, I'll be real quick. Boston Red Sox. Didn't address the fans when they took down our president and GM. Didn't address the fans at all. They left it all on the players and the coaches. And then they put Big Papi out there the other night for the first pitch when nobody in New England knew it was happening. It's bullshit. It's a bullshit way to fucking treat David Ortiz and Big Papi after he's been shot, to just plug him in there to cover for your mistakes. It's nonsense. I'm not happy about it. Fucking Red Sox better figure it out.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it seems like the only reason there is termination is because they're mad that they're not winning. But the man was brought in there with the idea of championship or bust. And he did everything he could to put together a championship team, and he delivered on that. Now, just because you have somebody, was it Sale, who got injured, so now he's not bringing in, what he should be, I guess, bringing in as far as the money that they're spending on him, And it's just like, well, you maybe shouldn't have signed him to such a long deal. Like, I don't understand why now you're so mad, even though you said yes and signed on the dotted line for all these other years just to acquire this team. But now you're upset. Like, what did you think? You're going to get 5 World Series in a row just because you signed these people? That's ridiculous.
Right. I guess I'm not so mad because they fired him. He's not a creative front office guy at all, and he never has been.
But he did what he was supposed to do.
He got us a ring. Right? This year he screwed up, didn't make any moves at the deadline. But then they bring Big Papi in to just be a part of it. Here, no, let's just throw him in. What if we get Big Papi to throw a ball? That'll make everybody forget. Well, it didn't.
That's a good PR move. I like it. Good for you guys.
Right. No, I mean, guaranteed everyone loved Big Papi being there, but like, shit, dude, you should have given us months. You should give Big Papi months, and it should be like winning a fucking World Series again when he walks through those doors.
Oh my God.
The seats weren't even filled. It was ridiculous. Anyways, boys, I hope you enjoy your week 2. I think it's about time.
Hey, we got puppy dogs too, man.
Oh, you got puppy dogs?
Yeah, John got puppy dog, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I probably do have a puppy dog of the week.
Okay. Well, while you think about yours, man, I'm gonna go with mine.
No, I mean, I know my puppy dog of the
Who's
week.
your puppy dog, dude?
Oh, dude, my puppy dog of the week is the whole Miami Dolphins. No, man, this is ridiculous. Like, at this point in time, this is crazy. Everybody knows that you're not trying to play. So why are you even suiting up? I mean, it's ridiculous, dude. You gave up that many touchdowns to Lamar Jackson. Not to say that he's not a decent quarterback and he doesn't deserve to be in the NFL, but the man started to look like he was like better than Tom Brady against your defense, and that we know that ain't true. So the Dolphins need to get it together, man. This is ridiculous. I mean, at least when the Lions went 0-16, I think they were trying.
At least they tried. At least they tried.
Yeah, and I think the Browns have been trying these past few years as well. They're just not good. But it doesn't look like the Dolphins are even putting up an attempt to win.
Well, here we go. Here's my puppy dogs. I'm making fast. First one, I want to cut it up into like a little pie chart, put the blame on about a few people. It's all puppy dogs. I got the Browns for being the most undisciplined team I've ever seen by slapping people, kicking people in the face, roughing the passer, and getting more penalty yards than I've ever seen in a football game. Congratulations. The national media guy, thank you for proclaiming the Browns as the team to beat because y'all obviously don't watch football. Okay. OBJ. What the hell, dude? Who cares about your $350,000 watch? That's a home that people could buy and live in. Tired of your crap. Why don't you learn how to catch the ball? Browns fans for pouring the beer on Logan Ryan and acting like you did nothing after you poured the beer, proclaiming that this is the dog pound. Nobody's cared about the dog pound. This ain't Oakland Raiders where you get your ass kicked. Okay, Browns fans? And also stop acting like you're somebodies when you're nobodies. And learn how to – you got to crawl before you walk. Stay classy, Cleveland. And Joe Thomas, the retired lineman who said the NFL rule, you're not allowed to jump in there. Hey, Joe, you didn't have anything to celebrate in your whole entire career at Cleveland, so why don't you just go away and sell your crappy beer to your crappy Ohio people and stand for your fellow football players and say that's disrespectful. So, yeah, screw you, Joe. And you know what? There was a Titan fan in the stadiums, blah, blah. Your dog pound is crap. Baker Mayfield, you're crap. And, yeah, learn how to get all that. Get your crap together, man. Maybe get a winning season before you proclaim yourself Super Bowl champions. And also, Baker, just because you touch Tom Brady's rings and he lets you rail them doesn't make you a winner. Okay, buddy? So learn from that.
And this will continue for every team the Titans beat for the rest of the year.
No, dude. No. I still say, dude, no. We've earned our respect. But you know what?
One game.
I mean, but it's true, though. You know it's true.
Dude.
Next week when y'all beat the Colts, we're going to have
I'll be happy. You know why? Because we'll be 2-0, dude. I'm worried about the Jags, though, because we're on the road on a Thursday night, dude. I mean, I kind of like the Jags.
Man, already looking more than one game ahead. That's right.
Dude, no, I'm not, dude, because I'm looking at the schedule and saying, you know what? Thursday night's a trap, dude.
Oh,
we should get rid of them. Also, I got one question for you guys. Would you rather have 2 Monday night games and get rid of the Thursday night game?
No.
No, not really. I mean, because one of them's so early and the other one's so late.
What does it matter for us on Pacific?
You're on the West Coast. Don't even talk to me about late. You're on the West Coast.
No, I know it's not for me. It's just it's for other people, really.
Yeah, who cares about the East Coast?
Well,
man?
but you know,
this is the best coast.
Yeah, but you still want people watching the games,
They
man.
literally plan all of the games based on my coast, so I don't want to fucking hear it.
Dude, I want two. I
guess what I'll say is this: if there's Thursday night football, I have to wait less days to watch football, and that's fine by me.
Yeah, it's probably. I'm on that same boat as well. I mean, look, if they start talking about we're gonna have Friday night football, I'll be like, oh shit, I guess I'll be watching the Friday night.
Friday night would actually be kind of cool though.
Friday night would be dope.
If we moved it back, Friday night.
And then no one will go to any high school games.
That's right, dude. Who cares, man? That's Pee Wee football.
You got to nurture, the talent for the future, man.
But Friday nights were on ESPN Plus, they wouldn't have to worry about it. There you go, ESPN. There's your next target. Friday Night Football.
Friday Night Football.
Anyways, boys, that about wraps it up here. Folks, get on our social medias. We tweet probably more than Antonio Brown. Might be a little less exclusive, but it is funny shit. Get on Twitter, get on Instagram, get on Facebook. We're on everything. So get on it, like it, share it, comment, all that shit.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please leave comments. Also, too, Money Mouth will be dropped tonight. Look for that.
Right, man. We've been winning dollars and cents, baby. We're up like $3 and like
we're up $3, baby. That's right. We're up $3.
Yeah, you in the green.
We are like 19. We are like what did I say? Like 14-9. So we're winning. We're winning. And so we're up to $2 this week. So give us a listen. We'll make you money. Down for our new shows. Remember the Titans. Patriot Pat over there. He'll have his show coming out soon. I'm sure that he's going to fight us for this.
Love Moose's facial expressions.
Yeah, nobody else can see my facial expressions, but it's still not going to be called Patriot Pat. That is
Patriot Pat.
Trademarked and copyrighted and registered, and it will not be a part of my podcast. My podcast will be called the 508 Boston Fancast.
Oh, is Patriot Pat really copywritten?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll just do Patriot Patty.
We'll go, Patty, PP.
Anyways, the 508 Boston Fancast coming at you soon.
Chiefing Up will be here. If we know
Patty's Patriots. There we go. It's almost like Patty's Pub. Patty's Patriots.
I'll have to invite Grandma if it's Patty's Patriots.
Good times, people. That's right. And I'll have my own little show coming soon, hopefully. I don't know, just because I'm bored. I got nothing to do. This is my life now. Football until we can talk crap about LeBron. All right, boys. One last thing to say before we leave.
Yeah, man. As always, go Chiefs.
Go Patriots.
And go Titans.
Yeah.
And we're out.